Every single day, millions of Americans lace up their shoes, step outside, and move their bodies. Some prefer a peaceful morning walk through the neighborhood. Others crave the adrenaline rush of a full-speed run. But here's the question that sparks endless debates in gyms, doctors' offices, and dinner tables across the country. Which one is actually better for your body? Is walking just a lazy version of running? Or is running secretly destroying your knees? Today, we're breaking it all down, the science, the myths, and the surprising truth about walking versus running. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one is right for you. Before we pick sides, let's understand what actually happens inside your body during each activity. When you walk, your heart rate gently increases, usually to about 50 to 60% of its maximum capacity. Your muscles engage at a moderate level, your breathing stays relatively calm, and your body primarily burns fat as fuel. It's a low-impact activity, meaning at least one foot is always touching the ground. Now, when you run, things change dramatically. Your heart rate jumps to 70, 80, even 90% of its maximum. Your lungs work overtime to deliver oxygen. Your muscles fire up intensely, especially your quads, hamstrings, calves, and glutes. And here's a key difference. When you run, there's a moment in every stride where both feet are off the ground. That makes running a high-impact exercise, with forces 2 to 3 times your body weight slamming through your joints with every step. So right away we can see, these two exercises are not just different speeds of the same thing. They are fundamentally different activities that challenge your body in very different ways. Let's start with what most Americans want to know first. Which one burns more calories? The short answer? Running. And it's not even close, at least on a minute-by-minute basis. A 160-pound person walking at a brisk pace for 30 minutes burns roughly 150 calories. That same person running for 30 minutes burns around 350 calories or more, depending on speed and intensity. Running also triggers something called excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, or EPOC. Basically, your body continues burning extra calories after you stop running as it works to recover. Walking produces very little of this afterburn effect. But, and this is a big but, here's what the calorie argument misses. Consistency matters more than intensity. A study published in the journal Arteriosclerosis, Thrombosis, and Vascular Biology found that when walkers and runners burned the same number of total calories, walking actually reduced the risk of heart disease more effectively than running. So if you walk longer and more consistently, you can absolutely match, and in some cases exceed, the health benefits of running. When it comes to heart health, both walking and running are absolute superstars, but they work differently. The American Heart Association recommends at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week. That's walking, or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity exercise. That's running. Both hit the target. Running strengthens your heart rapidly. It increases your cardiac output, lowers resting heart rate, and improves your body's ability to use oxygen efficiently. Runners tend to see cardiovascular improvements faster. But walking is no slouch. Research from Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory analyzed over 33,000 runners and 15,000 walkers and found that walking reduced the risk of high blood pressure by 7.2%, while running reduced it by 4.2%. Walking also reduced the risk of high cholesterol more than running. Here's the catch, though. Some research suggests that extreme running, like ultramarathons or running more than 40 to 50 miles per week, can actually cause scarring and damage to the heart muscle. It's a condition called cardiac fibrosis, and it's something that elite and obsessive runners need to be aware of. Moderate running? Fantastic for your heart. Excessive running? Potentially harmful. Walking? Consistently beneficial with virtually zero cardiac risk. Running has a significantly higher injury rate than walking. Studies show that up to 50% of regular runners experience at least one injury per year. The most common culprits? Shin splints, runner's knee, plantar fasciitis, IT band syndrome, and stress fractures. Why? Because of that impact we talked about earlier. Every running step sends a force of 2 to 3 times your body weight through your ankles, knees, and hips. Over thousands of steps, that adds up. Walking, by contrast, has an injury rate of less than 5%. The forces are dramatically lower, and because one foot is always grounded, there's no jarring impact. Now here's where it gets interesting. A popular myth says running destroys your knees. But a 2017 study published in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy found that recreational runners actually had lower rates of knee arthritis than sedentary people. The theory? Moderate running strengthens the cartilage and surrounding muscles. The key word is moderate. If you're overweight, have existing joint issues, or you're over 50 and just starting out, walking is the safer and smarter entry point. Period. We can't ignore what exercise does for your mind, and both walking and running are powerful tools for mental health. Running triggers a massive release of endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that create what's famously known as the runner's high. It's a real, measurable neurological response that reduces stress, fights depression, and boosts mood almost immediately. But don't underestimate walking. A Stanford University study found that walking, especially in nature, significantly reduces activity in the prefrontal cortex region associated with repetitive negative thoughts, also known as rumination. In simpler terms, walking literally quiets the anxious, overthinking part of your brain. Walking is also more meditative. You can walk with a friend, listen to a podcast, think through problems, or simply enjoy your surroundings. It's sustainable daily stress relief without the physical toll. For people dealing with anxiety, depression, or chronic stress, and let's be honest, that's a lot of Americans right now, even a 20-minute daily walk can be transformative. So after all the science, all the studies, and all the comparisons, which is better, walking or running? Here's the honest truth. It depends on you. If you want maximum calorie burn in minimum time, running wins. If you want lower injury risk and long-term joint health, walking wins. If you want rapid cardiovascular improvements, running wins. If you want sustainable, lifelong exercise with almost zero barriers to entry, walking wins. If you're young, healthy, and already active, running can take your fitness to the next level. If you're older, recovering from injury, significantly overweight, or just starting your fitness journey, walking is not just good enough, it's ideal. And here's the most important thing that every doctor, researcher, and trainer agrees on. The best exercise is the one you'll actually do, consistently, day after day, week after week. A daily 30-minute walk beats a running plan you quit after 2 weeks, every single time. Here's my challenge to you today. No matter which side you're on, step outside, move your body, walk, run, or do a little of both. Start with what feels right. Build from there. Your body doesn't care about the debate, it just wants you to move. If this video helped you, smash that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive into health and fitness. Drop a comment below. Are you team walk or team run? I want to hear from you. Until next time, keep moving, America.